lugha ambayo tunasema ni sign language pale. Na bila kupoteza muda, moja kwa moja nitakuwa naweza kumkaribisha mgeni wetu wa siku ya leo aweze pia kujiintroduce kidogo. Na siku ya leo, mpenzi msikilizaji, tutakuwa tunatumia English, Kiingereza, tutakuwa tunazungumza Kiingereza. Na hivyo basi, this is being 102.2 Lubao FM breakfast show that comes to you every week, the day of the week, Monday to Friday, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And today we are at St. Mary's Clinical School, School of Medicine in Mumias, which is under the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega. And our guest today is Deputy Principal at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias. Without wasting time, I'll be welcoming the Deputy Principal at St. Mary's. Okay. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome to 102.2 Lubao FM.
It's a pleasure.
Today being, first of all, we are not welcomed yet in St. Mary's. Welcome us in St. Mary's so that we can continue the interview.
Okay, thank you. Welcome to Lubao FM. Welcome to St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine. My name is Mr. Injete Dawi Siteti. I am the Deputy Principal of St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, and also I'm the Head of Department in the course of Clinical Medicine. Thank you.
Okay, maybe people may be wondering what's your course, your main course that you did maybe in the university or wherever.
Okay, thank you so much. I did a course in Bachelor's in Clinical Medicine and Surgery, and I also had an opportunity to do my Master's in Clinical Medicine and Surgery, whereby I specialized in accidents and emergency medicine. And currently I'm practicing at School of Clinical Medicine together with St. Mary's Hospital, which is within the facility here in Mumias.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe if we talk about the institutions that are within the diocese, because St. Mary's St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine is under the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega. Maybe if we talk of the institutions, same institutions that are in the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega that are doing courses in clinical medicine.
Okay, the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega has two level tertiary colleges, and this is the one we have is St. Elizabeth School of Nursing, which is found in Kumu here in Kakamega town, and the second one is this one, St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, which is here in Mumias, and it offers a variety of courses.
All right.
Yes.
And maybe history of the institution, when did it start, and the achievements, the brief history about the institution.
Okay, the school was started in 1994. It was the second medical institution that was established in Kenya in 1994, that was led by Right Reverend Bishop Philip Sulumeti. And the launching of this private school of clinical medicine in Kenya brought a reality vision, of which was occupied in the minds of the managers of health services in the Diocese of Kakamega for several years. The road has been so long and winding, but it has been great since the dream has been able to be achieved.
Okay, and maybe if we talk of the management, yes, since that
1994.
Okay, since 1994.
Yes.
The management, maybe is the management the same since that time, or the different management?
Yeah, the management, the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega, the colleges that are under Catholic Diocese of Kakamega are under one management. Mm-hmm. So there's not been any change in management, unless in the teaching fraternity, where there are other teachers who started the institution. Some of them retired, and others have taken the position where they had left. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe how many principals have been there since the time?
So we have had 3 principals since 1994, and current one we have, she's a lady, Madam Janet Nandwa, who's the principal tutor and also the clinical officer. Mm-hmm. Yes.
What's the philosophy of the institution?
So the philosophy of our institution is to equip our medical students with core values of integrity, honesty, excellence in service, professionalism, and responsiveness to health. That are the core values that are needed in our communities. Yes.
Okay, maybe we go back to the a bit to the history of the institution.
Yes.
We talk about the why is it that only people who are doing that clinical courses,
Yes.
they're the only people come here, but you don't take those who want to do nursing.
It is because that the institution only was accredited by the Clinical Officers Council to train the clinical officers. For the nursing part, it is being trained at Mukumu, whereby it is the Nursing Council of Kenya, which is the body that licenses them to train them. Besides us being only training the clinical officers, we are also training the community health workers together with the health record practitioners. Yes.
Okay, and what about the sign language?
The sign language is part of it. Sign language is, we offer it as a part-time course, whereby we give it as an evening classes together with weekend classes. The course takes 6 weeks, whereby it is divided into 3 modules, and one module takes 2 weeks. So for a student to complete the whole module, it will take 6 weeks, whereby it is 3 modules.
Okay.
Yes.
Now maybe people are confusing between the clinical officers, doctors, nurses, and also personally I'm confused. How do we get the doctors and how do we get clinical officers and nurses? What's the difference there?
Also, the difference is about the aspect of training. The aspect of training in terms of years. So for the clinical officers who are doing diploma courses, their training is, it takes 3 years, whereby after their completion, they go for an internship for a period of 1 year. Then from there, they can go for internship. For the doctor's part, that one, it takes, it's a 5-year training. Then after that 5-year training, they can go and do an internship for 1 year, whereby it becomes 6 years. So the difference between a clinical officer and a medical officer, it is the level of training in the number of years. But there is no much difference between a clinical officer and a medical officer.
Okay.
Yes.
So for example, if someone is doing diploma in clinical medicine and he or she graduates to higher degree,
Yes.
that means after doing the degree, he or she is a medical officer.
No, not really. After you've completed a diploma, you will be a clinical officer, and after you go and do a degree in clinical medicine, you will still remain a clinical officer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, dear listener, it's 7:45 a.m. today being on Wednesday, 25th of August, 2021. This being 102.2 Lubao FM. The program is Lubao FM Breakfast Show that comes to you every week from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And we urge you, kindly listeners, send your question to 21061, begin with the word Lubao FM, and also to our media at our Twitter, hashtag at Lubao FM, Instagram Lubao FM, Facebook page MHZ at Lubao FM, and also send your question to my Facebook page at Rozilar Lihavi, and Lihavi Imelda Rozilar, and your question will be answered directly here at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias. Back to our deputy principal. What are some of the qualifications to join the institution?
Yes. The qualifications for any student who is interested to join our institution. For the diploma courses, a student needs to have scored a mean grade of KCC of a C plain and above for him or her to do clinical medicine. For a student to do community health and development, a student needs a mean grade of a C minor and above. For a student to do certificate in community health and development, he or she needs a mean grade of a D plus and above. For those who are interested in doing nutrition and dietetics together with health records, the mean grade for you doing a diploma in them is a C minor and above. Yes.
Right, and maybe if there are any other courses offered.
Okay, beside us offering clinical medicine, community health, and together with the health records, we are also coming up where we are launching courses to do with the emergency medical technician that is likely to begin this September or October. We also want to launch up nutrition and dietetics together with the health service management systems. These courses are going to take a period of a maximum of 2.5 years. And after you have done these courses, you are entitled to work at any level of hospital in this country, both private and public.
Right. And will be the qualification the same or?
The qualifications are different. For you to do emergency medical technician, you need a mini grade of C plain and above. For you to do this nutrition and dietetics, you need a mini grade of a C minor and above. For you to do health service management, you need a mini grade of a C plain and above.
Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the services offered in St. Mary's? Maybe we say courses offered in St. Mary's.
Okay, the courses offered in St. Mary's are, number one is we have clinical medicine and surgery. We have community health and development. We have health records and information technology. We have HIV and testing services, which is under NASCO. And lastly, we have the Kenyan Sign Language. Yes.
Okay, other services offered apart from those, the courses that are offered in St. Mary's in School of Medicine?
In St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, we are only entitled in offering mentorship and teaching services to the students who are joining our institutions. But besides that one, we are in collaboration with St. Mary's Hospital, whereby treatment services are being offered in our hospital to any person who needs to get treatment in our facility. Yes.
So the only advantage that the students get is all about the St. Mary's Hospital?
Yes, the students get attached to St. Mary's Hospital, whereby they do their clinical placement and attachment, and together their rotations, which they do it every week after classes, and sometimes we do it very early in the morning and mid-mornings. Yes.
Maybe what is the examination body?
So our examination body is number one is the Clinical Officers Council, which examines the clinical officers, and number two is the Kenya National Examination Council, which usually examines the people who are doing community health and development. And thirdly, we have the NASCOP, which usually examine the people who are doing HIV and testing services. Those who are doing the Kenyan Sign Language, they are being examined by the Kenya National Examination Council.
Okay.
Yes.
Are the students eligible for eternal loans for the government, for example, HELP and etc.?
Yes. When a student joins St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, after he or she has been given an admission number, they are taken through a process whereby they are registered and shown how to apply for this loan. Our school is HELP accredited. Beside us receiving the loans from the HELP, we also get loans from the county government of Kakamega, whereby it usually sponsors the medical students, specifically those who are training in our medical school, and also together with the constituency development funds and bursaries. Our students are able to get all these in our institution.
Okay. Maybe the opportunities for students in St. Mary's, opportunities that students have as they are studying, or they are being continuity students at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine.
Okay. So the opportunities that a student usually gets when studying in our institution, number one, a student will not have to go very far, or we don't have to take our students very far for their practicum attachment, because we have a facility here, and the facility here has qualified doctors, nurses, together with community health workers, who are able to guide our students in their practicum area together with that extension that they can be able to bring them into class. Together with that, our students also, when they are able to join this school, we also take them to attachment to the non-governmental organization. For example, things to do with AMPAT, where they get to see what happens, what processes are taken when managing these patients who are suffering from various illnesses, which we have been able to teach them in the classes. Our students are also able to access free internet within the school. The library is fully equipped with books whereby each student can be able to get any subject that he or she wants to study about.
Okay, and maybe for the well-performing students,
Yes.
how do they have that opportunity in the school?
So for the well-performing students, number one, what we usually do, we usually reward these students during their graduation, whereby the best performing students per subject and together with the average, they usually given gifts in different ways. Another way is that for the best performing 10 students, the first 10 students in clinical medicine and community health, they are usually absorbed or retained by the St. Mary's Hospital, whereby they can offer their services to the patients who are visiting the hospital.
Okay, dear listener, it's 7:53 a.m. and this is 102.2 Lubawa FM breakfast show, which comes to you every week, every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And we are at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias, which is the management being the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega. But we are with the Deputy Principal, Dr. Darwin Injete Siteti, and also Deputy Principal.
Yes.
As we maintain at the opportunities, maybe do you identify different talents from students, or how do students grow also their talents apart from that classwork?
Yes, thank you so much. So for about the talents, yes, we usually identify talents among our students, e.g. those students who can be able to participate in co-curricular activities, something like say like football, those who can sing. We are able to identify them during after classes in the evening, whereby we give this opportunity to go and improve on their talents, and also as a school, we usually support this talent in whichever way possible that we can, so that to see a student to be comfortable within the institution. Yes.
Maybe do you partner with other institutions maybe to grow the talent of the students, or?
Yes, we do partner with many institutions, both for co-curricular activity together with the learning activity. In the co-curricular activity, for our students who are good in sports, we usually link them with different teams that are outside here within Mumias and within Kakamega. Those who are able to play football, we can be able to link them so that they can continue their talent. In the aspect of teaching, we are partnered with, number one, we are partnered with different counties. This is Kakamega, Busia, Bungoma, and Kisumu, whereby our students usually get that advantage whereby they are attached in their facilities in those counties. Number two, we are partnered with the Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health usually posts our students for internship, and after internship, these students can be able to go and find a job in any place. We have also partnered with the International University of Ukraine. This university recognizes our top 3 students and sponsors them to go and study medicine there. That will take around 5 years. That will be under scholarship. Yes.
Dear listener, we'll be going for a short break and we'll be coming back with different students at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias. They'll be telling us more about the school, and also before we finish our interview today, we'll be also meeting the principal of St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias. She will be around, and pia tutakuwa tunaweza kusikia sauti yake pale. Ni mapumziko mafupi tukiwa katika shule ya Mtakatifu Maria, ambayo ni shule ya daktari ama Clinical Medicine School in Mumias. Usiende mbali msikilizaji. students, alafu you'll come back with the girls na hizo zingine
Haina
zote.
shida sawa.
Yes. The president. Alafu nani anafuata? Yeah, chosen a lady, then male, then community health. See, now the day we are talking about the same level there. And we talk about more about the clinical. Okay, and the lady
Naona
nimeweka kama
akanishika kwa mkono hivi itakuwa clear.
Okay, sasa hii iko na answer iko na noise but time alishika iko at least.
Ndio.
Anatumia dynamic na kwa ameiweka close.
So are you going to talk English?
Kondansa iko clear ndio nyingine sitako nayo.
Yeah, you can mix. Yeah, you can mix.
Yes.
Iko kila kwa?
Anasema it's the best.
Lusoma utanifanya maneno leo. Na mimi sasa kufanya plan. Nimetoka kidoka nimechoka nikaenda nikalala. So really, president, St. Mary's. Naitwanga St. Mary's School of Clinic.
Nani ametoa mask? No.
Niko kwa madaktari. No corona.
Excited. Mimi niko na shift
Na shida gani?
hapa hivi.
So you are talking more about the school. Generally the welfare of the students and encourage other people wenye wako nje wakuje waingie kwa shule. First of all itakuwa introduction, jina yako. Then tell us brief history tangu ukuje hapa St. Mary's, your experience na nini, and then you tell us about the philosophy. What makes you keep going? What makes you continue staying at St. Mary's? Okay. Then from there, tunapiga story. It's quite formal. What's your name? Are you the president of the school? Yes. Hapana. Tunapiga story. Umesikia vile Lawina amekuwa akiongea? Yeah. Then why did you choose to be to be a student at St. Mary's? Sawa. Then during introduction, you will say the county that you're coming from, your route. Where do you come from? Who are you? Where do you come from? High school gani ulienda? And ni nini dream yako ilikuwa nini? Unaweza kuwa na dream kama mdogo kufika form 4 unasema unabadilisha. So you tell us about that. Na pia more of the talk is all about the encouragement to the youth pale nje. Sawa. Okay, so we have to talk about the next person.
Watu wanaendelea.
introduction, your name, where you come from, the town you come from, and also talk more about what makes you go out, what makes you to stay at St. Mary's. Then encourage wale wako nje,
hapo kakelele ndio kanisa.
yani next week. So encourage those who are out there, the importance of studying medicine. Sinawapenda Kenya. The importance of studying medicine. Sawa, community health worker. Beginning na unajua watu confidence hawaelewani vitu haraka na pia hawaelewani Kiswahili na Kiingereza. Sasa utakuwa unaweza kutuambia yote about the community health worker. Ukitumia hizo ya mfano wa Kiswahili
Ndio yote ninanuka mimi. Sasa na suluhu wako sija. Ndio then kuna dawa inaitwa afadhali moja flaji kama flox.
So we are going back on air. Are you ready? Okay, Mercy. All right? Yeah, turudishe. Tuko sawa. Kiingereza kwanza. Alright, mpenzi msikilizaji, ikiwa imetimia ni mida ya saa 2:05 ndani ya 102.2 Lubao FM. This is breakfast show at 102.2 Lubao FM. Those listening us through our online www.lubaofm.co.ke, you are welcome. And this is a breakfast show which comes every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And remember, we are at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias, which is run by the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega. And we have been with our deputy principal, who has taught us a lot to do with the School of Clinical Medicine. And now we want to get from the horse's mouth the students who are here at St. Mary's Clinical School. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
What's your name? Where do you come from? And tell us more about yourself.
Okay, I'm Latielfas. I come from Kakamega County, Likuyani Sub-County. Likuyani Village, Likuyani Sub-County. Okay, welcome to 102.2 Lubao FM. Thank you.
Maybe tell us more about the school. First of all, before you tell us more about St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias, tell us what made you to come to St. Mary's Clinical School.
Actually, when I was
still in high school, we used to have those career choosing. We used to have the career choosing model. We had to have talks from different career masters or objects. So we used to hear that clinical medicine has got good job opportunities. They are encouraging a lot of youths to join medical schools so that to deal with those idleness and drug addicts. So my career started at Form 1 when I joined St. Luke's Lumakanda Boys High School. We were being taught by one of the lecturers who initially was a doctor, but due to unavoidable circumstances he did not make it, so he decided to move to teaching. So he was encouraging us that if you have that passion and that call of clinical medicine, you have that passion to help those who are sick in the society, you can start as early as now practicing and all that. That is when I came up with that opportunity, that if he had that opportunity to become a doctor, but due to circumstances made him not to get, so I decided to work hard, and here the opportunity came. There were advertisement after Form 4 that there's a school offering clinical medicine surgery around my county. That is one of the objectives. So I decided to apply, and with no immediate delay, I got a chance, and indeed it's a good place to be. Students get students are well versed with the knowledge about medicine and the general care of the patient. So you get in touch with the patient, and another importance is that there is that relay between school and the hospital being near.
Okay, before we continue with those opportunities,
Yeah.
what really made you to come to St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine in Mumias rather than going to other schools?
One thing is that it being a private institution, I knew that some institutions, maybe you find there's a lot of congestion of students, then academic wise you find that congestion of students, maybe you will get some not niongee Kiswahili.
Yeah, you can also talk Swahili.
Ile wasee ni wengi kwa class, so concentration inakuwa a bit low. But now you see with the private institution, they are somehow strict, and they aim at their objectives, set objectives, unlike those other public schools. Students end up joining some of the clubs which are not good, end up killing others, and even being a faith-based institution, you see there's that aid of religion.
Okay. Okay, maybe what are some of the opportunities that you are getting at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine?
Some of the opportunities are like, one, we have an advantage that the hospital is just opposite at the gate, so the practical or clinical area is of more advantage to us, because immediately we finish with the theory lessons, we get to practical, and you see, you get in touch one-on-one with the patient, and therefore you gain the skills at par.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe the welfare of the students at St. Mary's?
The welfare of the students generally is fine, very much supportive when compared to other institutions. So you see, and like for the students, whenever we need support from the administration, they are ready to help us. They hear all our voices. whenever we have complaints, they are ready to listen to us and to attend to them accordingly. Yeah.
Okay, maybe as the president of the school,
Yes.
you haven't kwanza told our listener that you are the president of the school. Tell the listener that you are the president of the school.
Oh, I'm the school president of St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine. Currently, I'm in the final year, the third year. Yeah.
So soon you will be graduating.
Yeah. Soon
Na
I'll
unakuwa
be
daktari.
graduating, yeah.
Okay. An encouragement to those listening to you, the youth out there, and also those Form 4 leavers ambao bado they are still waiting for September intake, which is next week.
My encouragement to the Form 4 leavers and the youth outside there is that I'd like to encourage them to come and join St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine. Actually, this field is really interesting. There's no difficulties as it used to be in the history of Niambia or medical school. So the opportunities are available. Those who reach the qualifications or those who met the qualifications are welcome to submit their applications. Indeed, it is a good place to be. Students are well equipped with information based on patient-doctor relation, and also it being a faith-based institution, we also have that mental health education for the young adults outside there.
All right, thank you very much, and I appreciate for you accepting to talk into 102.2 Luba FM, and also encouraging the youth out there to how to choose their career if they want to do medicine or rather anything to do with medicine.
Thank you so much. You are more welcome.
Thank you. Tutakuwa pia tunaungana na mwanafunzi mwingine ambaye anafanya a course in clinical medicine. That is the president of the school, and he's doing a course of clinical medicine, and I'll be having an interview one-on-one with the lady who is doing clinical medicine. Manake most of the people out there, they know that most of ladies, they do nursing and men do clinical medicine and rather doctorate. Lakini siku ya leo pia ladies hapo hivyo wanatupea challenge. If you are a lady out there and you want to do medicine, rather to be a doctor, utakuwa unakuwa encouraged with the lady here. Welcome, madam.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to 102.2 Luba FM.
Thank you so much.
First of all, tell us more about yourself.
My name is Vivian Osenyi. I come from Busia County. I'm a first-year student pursuing diploma in clinical medicine and surgery at St. Mary's Mumias. Yes.
Maybe what keeps you, okay, before we say what keeps you staying in St. Mary's Clinical School, Mumias, what made you to come to St. Mary's? All the way from Busia County, you passed by Bungoma County, and you came to Kakamega County to St. Mary's.
First of all, I did my research. St. Mary's is a school on record. Facility-wise, we have the resources that you need, and you can agree with me, for any medical personnel, you only need hands-on. We have a hospital where it's accessible 24/7 with the students, and you can get assistance from all the medical practitioners up there. So before you go into a medical course, you should first check, if I go to this institution, will I be able to access the hospital? Will I be able to access the facilities like the library, which is available to us students here?
Okay, maybe as a clinical officer student, tell us more about the St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine. What keeps you going, or what keeps you staying at St. Mary's Clinical School?
First of all, with our institution, when you get admitted here, the only thing you have to worry about is your studies. Everything here is provided for us. Accommodation, and food. So the only thing you will have to do here is study, study, and study. You don't have to worry about any other thing. And then also we have teachers who are clinical officers that are very available, like our deputy and the principal. They stay around in school, and we also have other medical practitioners who are around just in case you have anything to consult. You are so free. And also the hospital is accessible, and we have medics up there who can help you all the time. Yes.
So what are your goals at St. Mary's?
My goals after my 3rd year, I want to do the clinical officer council exam and get registered with the clinical officers council, and I can pursue further studies. Also I can also go and just work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe word of encouragement to those who are listening to you out there, maybe the ladies out there who sometimes they just lose hope, like mimi siwezi fanya vitu za medicine, they are not patient. What's your advice to them?
Yeah, my advice to ladies outside there: being a doctor does not necessarily mean you should be a man. If you are a lady, go for it. If you have the potential, just go for it. Let us not segregate this course to the men alone. We can also do it as ladies. Yeah.
Encourage them to come to St. Mary's.
Yeah, if you're out there and you finished your Form 4 and you're wondering where to go, this is the best place. We have all the facilities. We have good lecturers who are able to help you all the time. So if you're out there and you are stuck on what you're going to do, you're very much welcome at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine in Mumias.
Thank you very much for joining us in 102.2 Lubao FM, and also encouraging the youth out there to come to St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine Mumias. And beside me, we will be joined with one gentleman we will be talking about the clinical academics. He will be talking more about the clinical academics and how they take the academics in this school of clinical medicine. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Clinton Mbigi. I'm a 3rd year student partaking diploma in clinical medicine and surgery here in Mumias.
Okay, maybe which county do you come from?
I come from Vihiga County. Yes.
Okay, welcome in 102.2 Lubao FM. Okay, tell us more about the clinical medicine academics.
Okay. Thank you, Imelda, for first this opportunity. And I also want to thank the Bishop Joseph Obani of Kakamega Diocese for this learning institution. I will also want to thank the teachers for the dedication, also to thank also for the equipped hospital, the staffs around us, and the mentorship we are enjoying from the chaplain of the institution. Well, for the institution, we are having clinical medicine as a course, and it takes 3 years. You study for 3 years, and then after that you take 1 year internship or for various hospitals. I would also like to comment about St. Mary's as a general. St. Mary's is an institution where it's a faith-based, as my fellow student had said. And as a faith-based, then we are much guaranteed of our academics. Yes.
Maybe how do you take your academics, the duty roster from morning to evening?
Thank you. So actually from the morning, we wake up, say 5. At 5, then you can prepare for the day. Then you can, now at 6, you go for the ward rounds. At the ward rounds, here you have an opportunity to meet patients, to be guided on how you can manage patients in the ward. Then that will go up to around 8. At 8, we start our normal lessons, tutorials from 8. Then they will go up to 10. At 10, we break. We'll have our tea break. Then we come back again for our tuitions and lessons up to 12. Then we break for lunch. Then in the evening, that is from 2 up to 4, we usually, for the first years and second years, they can have their tuition. But for us third years, you also go to the wards, where you have also an opportunity to meet a patient, to know their condition, and to know their management. That's all. Okay. Now in the evening, now from 4 up to 5, you break. We have also activity. Not only do we study, we have games, we have football, netball. After that, from 6:30 to 7, we have our meals, the supper in the school. It is within the school. Then from now 8:30 to 10, we have our discussions, or we can go to the ward round to have a case discussions.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Word of advice to those listening to you, the youth out there, and also those who are aspiring to do medicine.
Well, my word for those who are aspiring to partake clinical medicine. First, I will talk about the institution. Our institution provides the best environment for learning. We have the best library. It's very equipped. We have our ready meals on time. And the hospital also have a chaplain, as I mentioned before, nearby just to mentor us. We also have the best lecturers around. They are concerned about our performance, our welfare. I can say we are just, as an institution, we are all sorted out.
Okay,
now,
maybe who is your chaplain?
Our chaplain is called Father Crispinos. Yes, who takes, we have mass on a Wednesday and Sunday, so it nourishes us spiritually. Also, I can talk about also the intake that is coming in September. I will encourage the youth outside there, you come, partake, be part of the service to humanity. Here we are just at the heart of the humanity. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us into 102.2 Lubao FM, and also encouraging the youth out there the importance of studying medicine. Manake sisi hawa ambao wanafanya somo la daktari, they are studying medicine. They're the people who save our lives out there. So any young person ama any Form 4 leaver pale kaujamua, kuna intake at St. Mary's from September up to October. Uweze kujoin St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias, and the way the students are talking, it's a nice place, and you will get all the opportunities. You will have that opportunity to attend to patients pale kwa hospitali. The hospital is opposite. The gates zimeangaliana. The gate of St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine and the gate of St. Mary's Hospital. They are just opposite to each other. So all of you are welcomed. And also we have a course of community health worker, and we will be joining, with a student who is doing that course, and she will be telling us more about the course. And bravo to Joyce Nzombe from Kinshasa. We say thank you very much for listening live to 102.2 Lubao FM. And Sister Mary Eunice, also from Kericho, all the way from Kericho. Thank you very much, Sister Mary Eunice. Michael from Dar es Salaam, asante sana kwa kutupata. Sijui kama unaelewa Kiswahili, lakini nasema asante sana kwa kuweza kutujoin into 102.2 FM na kufuatilia haya masuala moja kwa moja. Tulete wanafunzi kutoka kule Dar es Salaam. And Joyce Nzombi tulete, bring us students from Kinshasa and we'll be so happy. Kelly Augustine Adhiambo, thank you very much from Naivasha. Mungu akubariki pia kwa kuweza kutufuatilia mahojiano yetu ya moja kwa moja. I will welcome a student of community health worker. Welcome to 102.2 FM.
Thank you.
Tell us more about yourself. What is your name? Where do you come from? Which county? And also, which course are you doing?
I'm Snyder Mary from Uasin Gishu County, actually in Eldoret. I have come in this school to do community health and development course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Maybe why did you just decide to do community health and development course rather than clinical medicine?
Okay, first of all, I qualified in this course, and the main aim of I doing this course is to develop knowledge that will help me to develop strategies in order for me to help the community.
Mm-hmm.
And also to develop skills and knowledge that will help me to know some patterns of diseases, organization, and also some health services in our community.
Mm-hmm. Mpenzi msikilizaji, nitakuwa narudi kwa lugha ya Kiswahili because kwa mara mingi community health workers huwa wanakuwa pale mashinani, na kwa mara mingi watu tunaona ni kama community health workers they don't go to school. Na hivyo basi tumeungana na mwanafunzi ambaye anafanya community health worker na anatuelezea tu umuhimu wa kufanya hiyo kozi ya community health, na vile vile pia itamwezesha kujua magonjwa tofauti ili akikuja pale mashinani anaweza pia kutusaidia wale ambao tuko pale mashinani. We can't access hospitals, we can't do what. Na pia kwa lugha ya Kiswahili, elezea tu mpenzi msikilizaji, what is community health worker pale mashinani? Inaashiria nini?
Community health worker inaashiria
You cannot talk English?
I just want to talk English. Community
Okay.
health worker is just all about helping the community to know more about their health.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, ni kuwasaidia wale ambao wako mashinani kujua hali yao ya kiafya. Hivyo ndio ameweza kumaanisha mpenzi msikilizaji, shosho pale nje mwenye hujashikanisha. Community health worker ni akusaidia wewe kujua hali yako ya kiafya pale. Maybe encourage ladies out there, young people out there, not only ladies but also men and women out there, the importance of coming to St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine to study community health workers, and also the importance of studying community health workers.
St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, it's a good school. It's a school of record. It is not in nationwide. Okay, it's a nationwide school. The importance of studying community health. First, it is a marketable course. You can join. Okay, as for me, I decided to do this course because it was my career since when I was young. Then all about this course, one can work in a vaccination area or even NGOs. I don't know if you all know about NGOs.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, that's all.
Okay, maybe last word to those listening to you.
I'll just have to encourage the youth to come and join this school because this course, it's not a hard course. Mm-hmm. Actually, I have experienced it, and it's a good cause. That's what I know.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us into 102.2 Lubao FM. Now, being 8:32 a.m., we have only 28 minutes to 9. We'll be joining with one student who is doing sign language at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, and he will be telling us more about the sign language and why did he decide to do the sign language at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, because he's not only doing the sign language but he's doing also clinical medicine course. Welcome to 102.2 Lubao FM. Tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Meshak Esena. Currently, I'm a student at St. Mary's here. I'm a first year and I'm doing clinical medicine together with the sign language.
Maybe which county do you come from?
I usually come from the Uasin Gishu County, that is in Eldoret.
Chamge
missing.
Okay. Maybe tell us more about the sign language. I'm so interested at sign language.
First of all, when you come to St. Mary's, it's just an additional course. Maybe if you are doing clinical medicine, community health, nutrition, healthy records, you are also entitled to at least have some knowledge on doing the sign language. But also you can also practice sign language here at this School of Clinical Medicine. This course usually take a duration of around 6 weeks, and in this we have 3 modules, whereby each module take at least 2 weeks. And in addition to that, you are also given a certificate from the Kenya Sign Language Council to show that you have undertaken this course on sign language.
Okay, maybe as a student at St. Mary's, how do you take both sign language and also the clinical medicine part?
There are usually weekend classes and those evening classes. As for those who are doing clinical medicine, we usually have the sign language classes at evening hours, maybe from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the evening, and the weekend classes may begin either at 8 to around noon.
Maybe advice to those who are listening to you out there, the youth and also the elderly, the importance of sign language.
Number one, we usually meet so many patients. There are those who have hearing problems, those that we usually classify them as under the deaf culture. There are those who cannot hear properly, or those who cannot completely hear. In order to communicate with them, you need this course in sign language, because we cannot just segregate that community. When they come in these health facilities, it is easier to communicate with them and understand them better.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us into 102.2 Lubao FM, and also encouraging the youth out there. And St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias, apart from offering the community health course, it also offers clinical medicine courses and also the sign language courses, which is accredited with the examination body of the National Sign Language Council. So, dear listener, it's 8:36 a.m. today, being 25th of August 2021,
I'm yours, Lihavi Melda Rozilar, and I'm at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias, which is run by the Catholic Diocese of Kakamega. And today we are joined by the Deputy Principal, Dr. Darwin Injete Siteti, and the students who have been telling us more about the school and different courses that they are doing here at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias. Dear listener, I'll be reading SMSs at 21061, beginning with the word Lubao FM, and also at our Facebook page at MHZ Lubao FM, and at my Facebook page at Rozilar Lihavi, na nitakuwa na hook up wale ambao pia wameweza kutujoin pale. Joyce Nzombi listening us from Kinshasa, Congo. Sister Mary Eunice listening us from Kericho. Michael getting us from Dar es Salaam, TZ, that is Tanzania. Kelly Agustino Deambo getting us from Naivasha. And I'll be getting other people from different places. Lucia Mulama anasema kazi poa sana kwenyu. Claire Malewa, I wish I was there, only that is time for prayers. But thank you very much. Najua pia unaweza kutufuatilia pale Sister Claire, lakini yuko Europe pale, na tunashukuru sana. Then Victor Chumba, asante sana. Then Sister Claire Malewa anasema good work journalist in Lubao FM. Asante sana Sister Claire pale. Continue sending your SMSs and messages at our Facebook page, at our Instagram, at our Twitter at Lubao FM, Instagram Lubao FM, my Instagram Rozilar Lihavi, and my Facebook page at Rozilar Lihavi, and also MHZ Lubao FM. A short break and I'll be back with our Deputy Principal, Dr. Darwin Injete.
She's on her way coming.
Okay, so she just continues time. Na kwanza vile leo nilikuwa nimestate my dear Kiswahili. Imebaki, we are starting from number 11, what the goals of the institution, the achievements, alafu ndio tukuje challenges. So hapo kwa goals, chapa advertisement. See how we are going to talk about goals. Now, see, we'll be talking about goal, the goal of the school, we explain in yote. But before we start with the goals of the school, I want you to talk about the school management, about the boarding facilities, about the kama mnaofa both boarding and day school. Nataka uongelee about the boarding na day school na admission. Na alafu uongelee na admission. Nataka tuanzie admission, boarding day, kama kuna day schoolers na boarders. Yeah. Alafu ndio tutakuja girls. Nataka song tuingie kwa pili. Metens. Poleni, next time mtakuwa mmezoea. Basi. Basi ndio. No, nataka tuanzie hapa kwa nini kwanza. Admission. Alafu tena tutamaliza na admissions. But hapa kwa admission talk more about it. Linda? Toka Linda?
Ametoka nenda.
Linda? Weka phone kando.
Ngoja. Haya, mwongeleshe.
Yes, unanipata sasa? Aya, turudishe ya. Sasa unajua tuna record, that's why tutaki tunakata tukirudi hivyo. Si sasa ndio nakuita, si ndio sasa nakuita ndio usikie. Okay, sawa sawa. So kuja tuweke ndani. Alright, mpenzi msikilizaji, ikiwa imetimia ni mida ya saa 2:43 ndani ya 102.2 Luba FM. Leo ikiwa ni tarehe 25 mwezi wa 8 mwaka 2021, kipindi kikiwa ni Breakfast Show, ukiwa nami Lihavi Melda Rozilar na pamoja na mgeni wangu wa siku ya leo
Dr. Dawi Nizete.
Okay, na tuko katika shule ya St. Mary School of Clinical Medicine Mumias, na ni shule ambayo iko chini ya jimbo Katoliki la Kakamega, na jimbo la Katoliki la Kakamega linaongozwa na Askofu Joseph Obanyi Sagwe, na deputy principal ambaye tuko naye siku ya leo kwa niaba ya shule pia anatuelezea mengi kuhusiana na shule. Na mahojiano ambayo tumemaliza imekuwa moja kwa moja na wanafunzi ambao wameweza kujiunga katika hii shule ya Mtakatifu Maria, na vile vile pia wametuelezea mengi kuhusiana na umuhimu wa kufanya hii taaluma ama kozi ya udaktari, na pia jinsi ambavyo opportunities ambazo wanaweza kupata hapa St. Mary School of Clinical Medicine, na pia opportunities wanapata kutoka pale St. Mary's Mumias Hospital. Na kabla tuendelee, nitakuwa naungana naye Daktari Dawin, atakuwa nataka tuelezee mengi kuhusiana na the admission ambayo itakuwa inaanza mwezi wa 9. Welcome back. Tell us more about the admission.
Okay, thank you so much. Currently, the admissions for September intake are ongoing. Any individual interested can log into our website, whereby it's www.stmarysmtc.co.ke, whereby you can select any course that you are interested in, whereby you can apply for it. The admission board shall be able to get back to you. We offer both day school and boarding school. So any student who wish to either be a boarder or a day scholar, all that chance is available in our institutions.
Maybe what is the time that classes start?
The classes start at 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. There are 3 classes in a day. Each class usually takes a maximum of 2 hours. So every day there's a class from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yes.
Maybe to those who are the scholars, at what time are they expected to be at the school, and also the time they are expected to be leaving?
So the students are expected to be in school by 7:30, so that it'll give them 30 minutes for them to prepare and settle in for the lecture who is coming. And they are supposed to leave school when classes are over, that is at 4 p.m. Yes.
We'll come back to the goals of St. Mary's as an institution. Which are the goals that the institution has?
So our institution, we are planning, or we have set standards of producing quality training for the students, which will these students will be able to offer good services to the community outside here, and also to give a good reputation for a great school.
Okay, maybe the standards. How do you get the standards to the students? Because there are some students who are there to pass time, There are others who are there really came to study and have that passion to do medicine. Maybe how do you deal with those wale ambao walikuja kupass time, or maybe you get a situation where a student was forced to do a course and now he or she is just there to pass time?
Actually, when a student is joining, we are able to take them through what they're expected to cover within that course that they are doing. And the other thing is that we have never really encountered a student who usually passes time, because in a medical school, there's no that time of passing time or wasting any time. Because when you join here, the purpose is we are training you so that you can go and give good service to humanity outside there, and together with saving lives. So if a student is joining on a purpose of passing time, I'm sure that student will not be able to make it from one class to another class, because actually in the institution, if a student cannot be able to merit or pass the required subjects, we usually retain that student, or if the student cannot be able to make it, then we can advise the student either to switch to another course which is not that much technical like these medical courses. Yes.
Maybe what are some of the achievements as an institution and you personally as a deputy principal of St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine you've made?
Yes, so the school has been able to graduate more than 2,500 students since it started in 1994. Our students, after they have qualified, most of them have been retained to different facilities, both private and public facilities. Also, those students are in charges in other hospitals together with their also trainers in other medical colleges. So we can say that we have really had a great achievement as an institution, both in mentoring and teaching practices to our students. Yes.
Personally, as a deputy principal and also as a doctor, what are some of the achievements you have made at St. Mary's?
Number one, I've been able to guide and counsel students on the right path to take when they are joining medical schools. I've been able to be their mentor, whereby I encourage them when they finish diploma classes or diploma courses. It is not the end, whereby I encourage them to take further studies, whereby they can be able to go and take degrees and masters in various fields, so that them in future they can come back and give back to the society and even back to their school. Yes.
Maybe if we talk of goals and achievements, we can't miss a challenge.
Yes.
What are the challenges you are facing as an institution?
So as an institution, we are facing challenges of infrastructure, because as the population of the student is growing, and now you realize that you are having an aspect of COVID-19 disease, as students, we cannot be able to fix them in one class since there are many in number. So we need to expand our infrastructure in terms of classroom, and together with our library, whereby you'll also need to expand the size of our library so that you can be able to accommodate these many students as long as we are introducing more and more courses in the school. Yes.
And in relation with the COVID-19, how do you face the challenge and what are you doing to ensure that there is no case in the institution?
Number one, we have to inform the students and also educate them about this COVID-19. Number two, we ask them to take necessary precaution measures, whereby they have to wear a mask at all time, to maintain social distance at every time, and also they maintain the aspect of hand washing hygiene each and every time. And also we are making sure that almost 95% of our students get vaccinated for this COVID-19, so that to avoid or to reduce the chances of them getting infected. Also, all our lecturers have been vaccinated against COVID-19. Yes.
Maybe as St. Mary's being an educational institution, how has COVID-19 affected the normality of continuity?
It has affected our normality in that it reached a time we couldn't absorb a lot of students because of lack of space. It has also forced us to adapt some units so that we are able to introduce them to be done online. so that we avoid face-to-face interaction, or we limit the face-to-face interaction. Yes.
Dear listener, is 51 minutes past 8, today being 25th of August 2021. The program is Lubao Breakfast Show that comes to you every day of the week, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And today we are at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias. And we are trying the deputy principal is trying to tell us more about the institution and the September intake that is already ongoing till October, and those interested to do the clinical courses who are being welcome to St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, and also those who want to do health worker, sign language, we are saying karibuni sana hapa St. Mary's. And what are the future plans as the deputy principal of the institution, about the future plans about the institution, and also future plans that you personally have about the institution?
Yes. The future plans for institution is to grow a notch higher. And this growing a notch higher is that currently we are training diploma and certificate levels in different courses. But come next year, we are going to introduce courses to do with higher diploma in clinical medicine, specialty in nephrology, higher diploma in clinical medicine, specialty in ear, nose, and throat. We're also going to introduce higher diploma in community health. And also we are going to introduce very soon bachelors in community health and also bachelors in clinical medicine. We are also planning in future we are going to be an international recognized institution. Currently we are only recognized in Kenya and a part of East Africa, but very soon we have plans and we know we shall reach that point whereby we shall be at international level.
Maybe now if you have any student from neighboring countries.
Yes, we have a student, 2 of them from Uganda, 1 from Sudan, and there's one who finished who was from Somalia, who actually they are performing very well. One who finished last year from Somalia, actually she was the best student in the institution. Yes.
Okay, maybe it's Uganda and Somalia.
Uganda, Somalia, and Sudan.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and the rest of the students are from Kenya?
Yeah, the rest are from Kenya and different parts of the country.
Okay.
Yes.
Mpenzi msikilizaji, St. Mary's is not only based for Kakamega County students, but it's a East African institution that takes students all the way from Somali, Uganda, na pia wale wa TZ. Michael, I know you are getting us. Tulete watu kutoka Dar es Salaam, naitanga Dar. Tulete watu kutoka Dar bwana, wakuja wafanye clinical courses at St. Mary's. Na vile pia our friends in Uganda were getting us, our friends in Somalia, our friends in Kinshasa. Asanteni sana. Bring students to Kenya to study medicine from Kenya, and St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine is the best for you guys. Mukileta students hapa, you will not regret it. Even the students themselves, they don't regret being at St. Mary's. What are some of your experience as the deputy principal? Because the institution is not like high school, ama to say university, or we say it's a primary school. We are dealing with the people from different backgrounds and age peer. Iko juu 18 years and above. Yes. What's your experience maybe dealing with people, older people, because others will see like, huyu tunatoshana. And also dealing with them, the parents also you get, they have challenges, different challenges. How is your experience there, and how do you deal with them?
My experience with my students here at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, yes, we have some who are parents, others who have families, others who are very old even than some of the lecturers. But the moment these students enter this school, that title, they tend to leave it at the gate. But when they come here, they just become ordinary students. They don't have to say that they are older than us, or maybe huyu naweza fanya hivi, no. Then also we usually take them through an orientation process whereby we usually guide and counsel them together with advising them whereby they actually have to respect all their tutors, irrespective of where they are coming from, whether they are coming from rich backgrounds or whatever.
In short, to those listening to you pale nje, and I think you'll mix language. We
Yes.
allow to use English, Swahili, Luya, Sheng, changanya yote.
Okay. Thank you. So kwa wasikilizaji ambao wanatusikiza kupitia Lubao FM, tungesema kuwa sisi ni chuo ambacho kinajulikana Kenya mzima kwa train wanafunzi kwa courses mbali. Tuna encourage kuwa muweze kutembelea shule yetu ama mkaweze kuapply ili wanafunzi wenyu ama wanafunzi waweze kutrainia courses mbali. Unaweza tupata kwa mtandao kwa kupitia www.stmarysmtc.co.ke, or you can call us directly through 0727 468 313. Pia kando na hiyo, watoto wenyu wakiweza kujiunga na shule yetu wanaweza kuaccess help loans ambayo hautapata shida na kulipa fee wakati mtoto amejiunga. Pia mwanafunzi anaweza lipa fee kwa kupitia njia installments ya kila mwezi, na mtoto wakati amejiunga na shule yetu hatuwezi kumfukuza kwa sababu ya kutokosa fee. Ni haya.
Asante sana. Basi mpenzi msikilizaji pale nje, na bado unasumbuana na mtoto, ni course gani unaenda kufanya? Ni nini unataka kufanya? Anakuambia nataka kufanya medicine, na unamwambia sina hiyo pesa. Pesa inakuwa mingi. But at St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine hakuna cha pesa kukua mingi. They access help loans, na vile pia CDF wanakubali, unaweza lipa through the CDF, and also you can pay through help loans. Na pia mzazi, kuna that installment. Si lazima ulipe fee yote mara moja ndio mwanafunzi aweze kufika hapa ama aanze kusoma, lakini you get it polepole, unalipa polepole, na hivyo pia mwanafunzi ataweza kufukuzwa kurudi nyumbani. Manake pia akienda huko nyumbani ana miss a lot, because ata miss your practical pale kwa OC, ata miss that theory classes, na itakuwa poa. So parents pale nje, if you have a child who wants to study medicine, come to St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine, Mumias. And phone numbers, maybe urudie phone numbers.
0727 468 313. 0727 468 313. Pia unaweza tupata kwa mtandao www.stmarysmtc.co.ke. Nitarudia www.stmarysmtc.co.ke.
Asante sana Daktari Darwin pia kwa kujiunga nasi ndani ya 102 Lubao FM katika mahojiano moja kwa moja, na pia umeweza kutuelekeza ama kutuelezea mengi kuhusiana na St. Mary's School of Clinical Medicine Mumias. Na hivyo mpenzi msikilizaji, sikutembea peke yangu, nilitembea na mwenzangu Javan Sajida pamoja na engineer mwenyewe Masi Wangoi, na pamoja na director wetu of finance Steven Shisia, na wote wameweza kufanikisha mahojiano haya moja kwa moja pa St. Mary's, ikiwa imetimia ni mida ya 3:01. Sina budi, lakini kilicho na mwanzo hakikosi mwisho. Tutakuwa tunaingia madarasani KICD kwa shule ya msingi.